So true story, as I'm wrapping up a run yesterday in my neighborhood, I came face to face with a deer, a doe. But stunning enough, and I was not anticipating seeing it. It had just kind of emerged from the woods, but stopped me dead in my tracks because I didn't anticipate seeing it. Kind of stared at each other, and then it scurried back off into the woods. Now, imagine the feeling that you get when you're in Atlantic Beach and you come face to face with a coyote. And that has happened multiple times now over the last several days. At least two people say they have been bitten by this thing, and at least one dog as well. There's an alert being put out by the authorities in Atlantic Beach. They're working in tandem with FWC. We've been hearing from some pest experts. They worry that it may have rabies. It is unclear at this time. Obviously going to be an important story that we'll look to follow up on, but the warning is to keep outdoor pets indoors for the time being, specifically around the area of Begonia Street in Atlantic Beach. But I would do it if I lived there, anywhere in Atlantic Beach. One of many developing storylines throughout Jacksonville's morning news. Working to get an update on the condition of a teenager in Clay County who was struck while crossing near the Fleming Island Town Center last evening, right around 8 o'clock. According to Florida Highway Patrol in its crash report, the teen was in the crosswalk at the time. She did sustain critical injuries, according to that crash report. We'll update that. Speaking of the critical injuries sustained, that 12-year-old boy, Parker Washington from the Julington Creek area, who was injured earlier this week in that e-bike crash. A vigil held last evening in his honor. We heard some encouraging news about his health and his progress at Wolfson Children's Hospital, and also seeing the encouraging sign of giving from the community. In excess of $75,000 has been raised already for his ongoing medical expenses and more. The closing days of the Florida legislative session seeing a flurry of activity, and among the things that may not ultimately happen, one of which could potentially be this Florida parks legislation that would prevent major developments from happening at places like Anastasia State Park and elsewhere because of some late tweaks and changes in the game. It's throwing a little bit of concern in for supporters of that bill. We'll obviously update the status. And two chances for you to win $1,000. Listen at 8 and 10 o'clock this morning. The payroll payout keyword coming your way. You can kind of tariff-proof your wallet out ahead of the busy summer months, or maybe use that $1,000 as spending cash on your upcoming summer trip and getaway. The FAA, by the way, clearing out some airspace over Jacksonville to try to ease some of the delays this summer travel season. We've got you covered on Jacksonville's Morning News on all devices, from the smart speaker at home to our app, which you can also get breaking news on, and on the car radio set to 104.5 FM.